And I so appreciate that. You are being so kind to me today, okay? So we're going to go ahead back to where I was. I'm going to show you my screen again. So what I was saying before I got kicked off, yeah, so sorry guys. But what I was saying before I got kicked off is that, let's show you. When you go to the student resources, there are all these links. And one of the ones that the kids really enjoy is the Hour of Code link. And in here, you can practice coding. There are all kinds of different coding activities. And underneath it has a grade, like this one says grade 2, so that might be too hard. And then ones that say pre-reader, those are good for kindergarten.
Miss Grace,
Guys?
Where is this?
Oh, this is on the website for MCCSC. So I'll show you again how to get here. So you go to the school corporation website and you go to students, and I'm recording.
What app is it?
It's not an app, it's just a website. And then you click on resources.
Miss Phrase?
What, honey?
I don't know how to get to these games.
Okay, well, I'm making a video. Hey guys, hold on.
Coding.
Okay, listen, I'm going to explain. Let me explain, okay? And then we'll go from there. Because we are doing social studies. This is just something extra. So, your parents know what a website is. And if you go to Safari on your iPad, you can go to a website. I'm going to mute everybody so you guys can hear, because there's a lot of extra chatting. Safari is a web browser. And what that means is when you go into Safari, you are looking at web pages. So when you go to Safari, you can load our school corporation's website. Then you can click on students. And then you can click on resources. And there are all these different pages you can visit. Now, the one I was showing you is Hour of Code. Coding is what you are doing when you're playing Scratch Junior. You're telling the characters what to do in the game. You're writing the code. You're saying turn right, turn left. You're coding the characters. So if you come here, you can play Hour of Code. You can link to Clever to get to Reading Eggs and Math Seeds. You can go to ABC. You can go to the county library page. There are several different things. You can play Starfall games. The one that yes?
What's that thing with the two blue and yellow circles and the red stripe and the green stripe and the blue stripe?
This? The thing I'm covering with my mouse?
Yeah.
That's something that you probably won't do. That's Google. All right. So, hey guys, can you hold your questions? Because I'm going to be very specific about what we're doing here, okay? And I want to make sure we get through the lesson before something happens. I'm nervous that my internet will go down, okay? I'm surprised it went down, but it did. So here's look for if we want to do some of the extra social studies things. Over here on your left side, there's this blue square that has rounded corners. If you click on that, it takes you to our social studies. Now, I have not had kids do this, but you can try it. There's My World Interactive. and that is our social studies book. There's also the orange book. So what I did this morning is I loaded our social studies book up so that I could show you what it looks like. And then I opened it up to this chapter here. It's chapter 5. Now, if I go into my social studies book, you have chapters. Chapter 1 is where we start.
It shows chapter 5, but read what page number?
Hold on a second, honey. Unfortunately, I don't have. Just start at the beginning and open past until you see chapter 1, learning and working together. It looks just like it's the first chapter, and I'm sorry, I don't have page numbers to help you. My apologies for that.
Miss Faye's where? Is this on the same website?
It's from this page is where I loaded it, yes. So
This way. Is this it? It has a number 1 on it.
I'm coming back to look, Scarlett. Scarlett, just keep turning. Peter, what page number is that, buddy?
It's page 1.
No.
What's the blue one on the top? Oh no. You are a good girl.
I think after 10 or 10 to 15 pages.
I'm sorry, mute because I can't hear. Veer's mom, can you tell me what page number that is again? You'll have to unmute.
Is not a page number, Miss Phrase, is almost when you open the book after 10 to 15 pages.
Okay, so you guys just keep turning until you get to the page. It's about 15 pages in. Unfortunately, they didn't use page numbers in their book, so
almost 10 to 15, but I didn't.
It's when you open up the book, it has a bunch of information, including a table of contents. Including a table of contents that tells you what page chapter 1 is on. But
Is this the right one?
The pages are not numbered. Does it look like this?
Yeah.
Then you're on the right page.
All
right, so hopefully everyone has found this page. Chapter 1 is about learning and working together. And
say something.
okay, hey guys, I love you guys. I want to hear you, but I also am going to run out of time to tell you what we're doing today. So if you listen, I'll probably answer your questions, okay? I know that it's hard to do it this way. And I wish if you were at school with me, I would have you all open your books and I would come around and check. So just turn one page at a time. It'll be about 10, 15 pages. You'll come to the very first page that looks just like my page, like that, okay? And let's all listen really carefully. Our social studies books are talking to us about things like history and how we work together as a community. And we haven't had much of an opportunity to work in them. So I wanted to go ahead and go back and talk about learning and working together. You guys have worked with me and we've came up with our rights and our responsibilities for our class. If you look at this picture, all of these kids are working together playing soccer on the beach. And we always work together with our friends and our families and our communities. And when we work together, we can achieve more. We're going to go ahead now that you've found this picture, and we're going to turn to the next page. So I'm going to do it on my computer, and you're going to do it on your book. Oh, no. Sorry.
What page?
Just turn the next page after the picture that we were looking at. It might be on the other side of the book. I'm sorry, I don't have the book with me. I wish I did. So let me just open it up again. Sorry, it's kicking me around. My apologies. I hate teaching like this. So here we are. And then the next thing you'll see is actually the jump start activity. And it says to look at the picture. And the girls and the boys are working together to play a game. And it says to act out how you work together with friends, but that will be very hard for us. We're going to just do the first lesson today, which is where we learn. You know, this is different for you guys because you're learning from home, but we still have a school, right? So I'm going to go ahead and go to the next page. And there is a song, and it says, we go to school each day. We learn in every way. We learn to read and write and spell. We learn to work and play.
Miss Reyes,
Yes,
are we supposed to turn the pages until we find the exact same thing on your screen?
you are. Yes. So it's funny because when I think about our social studies lessons, I'm often thinking about how they don't match our current world. You guys don't really go out of your houses and go to school. You have school on the internet. So it's kind of like school is your computer for you. But we do go to school each day. Every single one of you gets up in the morning and you come to your classes, which is our school. And we do learn. We're learning to read and write and spell, and we're learning to work hard to learn. And hopefully you guys are playing in between. I wish that I could be there with you on the play part. I'm going to turn to the next page. And it says to make a rule for your class. Well, we already kind of did that, didn't we? We have our rights and our responsibilities. Why do you think rules help us work together and stay
All
safe?
not exactly the same, but the page that I'm on is kind of. Oh,
Okay, well, let's listen for now, okay?
okay.
All right. So we have rules at school. Like, for example, we decided that we're going to call our rules our rights and responsibilities. And those rules are basically that we have the right to learn. So we will listen to lessons and we will work our hardest. That is one of our rules. And that helps us to become learners. Now, at school, in the hallways, we have the rule that you don't run. Why do you guys think we should have a rule that you don't run in the hallway? What is important about not running down the hallway? Let's see. Hey, Luke, why do you think we shouldn't run down the hallway? Do you know?
So you don't fall and have to get stitches.
Yeah, there are so many people in our hallways. If you're running, you could fall and get hurt. So it keeps us safe. It also keeps our friends safe when we don't run in the hallway, because there are so many people that if we ran, we could hurt them. We also have rules at school and on the playground that we don't play rough, because if we were to run over and knock somebody onto the ground, well, we could hurt them. So all of our rules at school are designed to keep us able to work together to learn and to keep us safe. Those are some pretty important parts of being in a community. The thing about working with others is that we have to think about how we can do our best job at being part of the community, the group of people, and we can also be safe and healthy and happy. Right now, you guys are doing something very, very important in our world. And what you're doing is kind of a way of keeping people safe. You know, I know that you have all heard of COVID, and you know what it is because you're staying home to keep from spreading it. And that's a virus that spreads pretty easily. So our state and our country has made some rules about wearing masks and keeping 6 feet apart and only going places when we need to. And those rules were made so that we can keep each other safe. I always think about not just myself, but also you guys and your families and my family. Those rules are really, really important so that we can keep the virus from spreading. So pat yourselves on the back for doing such a wonderful job of helping to take care of the world around you. That's a pretty awesome thing to do. All right, I'm going to go ahead and turn to the next page. We are not going to be making class rules because we already did. But I want you to think about how you might act if you were at school. If you're at school, what do you think would be important about how you act? Should you be spinning on your head and kicking your legs out in your classrooms? Probably not. There's so many kids in the school that if you did those things, you could hurt them. Because school is a place where we learn to read. And when we find out something new, we're learning. We learn how to share books. We're going to learn some songs. And we learn math. We learn all kinds of important things. Now, here's something I just want to, we won't stay on here too much longer. I know we're going over, but I wanted to talk about how we act, because when we do second step lessons and we talk about our feelings and how other people feel, I wanted to make sure that you guys know that we have a choice about how we act. You are 5 or 6 years old now, or maybe even a little older. And you guys are in charge of your bodies. When we are littler, it might seem like we don't have any control at all, but you do. You have a choice. You can pick how you respond to something. If you're playing with a friend and they upset you or make you mad, you can choose to yell and scream or hit, or you can choose to use your words to tell them how that makes you feel. You can choose to be kind, or you can choose to be unkind. You can choose to be helpful, or you can choose to not help. Those are some important parts of being in a community, okay? So, I want you guys to remember that you decide. When we are at school, or if you are having a play date, you do something called taking turns often. Maybe you're playing with a toy. Maybe you're on the slide or a swing. An important thing about school is we have to take turns. So on this page, you see this little check mark, and it says lesson 1 check. What you're going to do here is you're going to draw a picture when we hang up. And that picture is going to show a time when you might choose to take turns. It says
But
to talk
these
about,
aren't the same ones as in the book. Like that one is this.
okay, hold on, Clara. I can't see what you're doing. Hold it up again, honey. Your book is not the same as mine?
No.
Is it the same, Luke? Ah, sorry, you guys. I don't have a copy of your book, and so this is supposed to be the same. All right, can you guys just get a piece of paper then and draw a picture of a time you took turns? Because that's what we're trying to do. I'm sorry. I thought your book looked exactly like mine, and unfortunately it doesn't.
If they go back one page, Miss Phrase, it looks slightly different, but it is the same content. So the little girl that just showed her page, it's just
The same book as yours, Miss Frey.
All right, so Clara, go back one page and see that white box? That's where you're going to do it. So go back to that page. Thank you. So you do have it. What you guys are going to do, I'm going to come back. And you can see me. What you guys are going to be doing is you're going to be drawing a
This
picture.
is the page one back.
Yes. All right. I know we're going over and I've got some reading groups coming up, so listen carefully. I want you guys to think about a time when you have to take turns, and I appreciate you guys being patient with me today. Okay, it might be when you share in class, might be when you play. Let's see.
Miss Frey.
I think so. You might need to go back a few more pages, but I'm not sure, honey. I can't tell you. Okay. So, think of a time when you take turns and you're going to draw a picture. Does anybody know what they're going to draw already? A time, what are you going to, does anybody want to share when they're going to draw this morning from a time they've taken pictures? Karen, what are you going to draw?
Also, it's gonna be when I was on the swing and was on the road, and I already draw that.
Oh, that's great.
Nel-
Nelson, what are you going to draw about, what are you going to draw about taking turns? Do you know how to unmute, Nelson, the little microphone?
I don't know. I wasn't listening.
I can hear you, Nelson. Nelson, what are you going to draw about taking turns? It's okay if you don't know what to say.
He doesn't.
It's okay. All right, you guys, I know today was not my favorite lesson. Thank you for bearing with me. It's a little hard when things go wrong and you can't get where you need to be. So my apologies. I'm going to be getting the math lesson uploaded. It's just taking me a little longer, and the morning message or morning. Hey guys, if you're not listening, you're not going to know what I'm saying. So 1 second. I'm going to get the morning message or the morning meeting uploaded after I get off of here, and the math lesson. So my apologies. Sometimes things happen and don't go my way too. And today is one of those days. I usually get to school very, very early so that I can make sure everything is uploaded, but that did not work for me today. So you are going to draw a picture of yourself sharing a time that you would have shared. And I appreciate your patience today. I'm going to see you in reading groups and at 1 o'clock. And I hope you have a great morning. Thank you so, so much for being understanding and waiting for me. That shows that you have very great character, and I'm very proud of you. All right, now I don't have hands. I also know that we're running late, so if you need to hang up, you can quietly wave, and I'll call on hands. Zoa.
So, Miss Phrase.
No, it's not. Goodbye. It's my phrase.
It's okay, wait.
Okay, you're next, honey. I called on Zoa. I want to see if she wants to speak first, and I'll come right back to you guys, okay?
Okay, we wait.
Is Leah still here?
I don't think so, honey. All right.
But I got another thing I want to show you.
Yes. Oh, those are so cool. Your mommy does a nice job.
I got lots of those.
I like word spinners. That's awesome. You're going to be a fabulous reader practicing those. Good job, honey. Veer, Mama.
So Miss Fraze, do not reading group today?
We have two of my groups are meeting today. I'm trying to remember which ones. It's pandas and giraffes, I think.
So 10:40 giraffe.
Yes.
Last time I called you, Miss Fraze, but you didn't pick up my call in the 10:40 for giraffe on Wednesday.
I'm not sure what happened. I always admit everybody, but then I know I have no idea. I'm not
Okay.
sure. Yeah,
I-
sorry. I didn't see him come in. Because I always admit them when it beeps and tells me they're there. So I don't know what happened there.
Okay, I hope so will be today work.
Hopefully it'll work today. If not, we'll figure that out.
Thank you, Miss Fraze. See
Thank
soon.
you.
Mom,
Miko.
eat something?
What?
I want to show two things.
Sure.
What is this?
Wow, Miko, that's amazing. It's very, very good. Dinosaurs. Luke's shaking his head. He likes them too. Very good. What's the other thing you wanted to show?
It's this. It can not things, little small things.
Wow, that's cool. It's very creative. You did a nice
Thank you.
job. Thank you, sweetie.
Thank you.
Karen.
I put some books on leaves so they still be beautiful.
Oh, I bet. That's awesome. Good job, darling. Okay. All right. Well, boys and girls, thank you for being so understanding with me today and for listening so nicely. I'm going to let you guys go ahead and go, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, nice, Luke. That's cool.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.